it's Cinnamon Cooney, your art Sherpa, and today I'm going to show you how to paint this cat, but with the blue background.
I've got it here just a second. It'll be
okay, I guess I...
Here you go.
Never mind. There it is.
Hey, there
We're going to be doing him blue as you guys voted, so you can do him either way. I'm going to explain both processes, how to get the black and white background or how to get the blue background. Really, you're talking the difference between 2 colors or 3 colors, but we don't even call that a challenge in art around here. We're just like, yeah, we 2 color all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys are going to do this at home. You're going to follow along. I'm going to explain to you everything you need to know to do it. If you're a brand new painter, don't worry, because we have all of the explanation that you need. This is live, so you can ask questions as we're going. Mm-hmm. And if you're on the replay, thank you for coming. I promise you these shows are fast-paced, tons of fun. Even if you're not here for the live, you're going to feel like you were. On the mic today is my husband, John.
Hi, guys.
He reads the comments, follows me with cameras, gets confused by crazy things I'm asking for that I didn't plan to ask for.
I'm easily confused.
So no, he's really not. It's insane back there. Like, let's everyone clap for John because it's crazy hard to do this live thing. It's so hard.
You know, I'm just happy that we get to have, because every time we show up here, it's a full house of people.
I'm also like, I'm hinting to the community.
You gotta dance your little hair there. Just your awesome hair. You know,
we teach art, but sometimes we did our hair.
We did the
and
hair.
We didn't have a big crazy patch that we forgot to color. And that's we're celebrating. You got to celebrate all the wins in your life. So let's put our door. There was some debate on this. This is a cat's nose, as is instated by the.
Yeah.
And I'm not taking it personal. Many of you who felt it was definitely dog's nose.
Yes.
And had so many reasons why. I don't take it personal.
Yep.
Hi, Anna. If you want your boyfriend to paint with you, pick something he's excited about painting.
Yeah.
It's really, that's all it is. Just don't drag him in to paint something that he would not love painting. He wants to spend time with you. He probably wants to do fun, creative stuff with you. Just find something that he's excited about, and then he'll be like, yeah, I can do that. And also, don't weigh in on anything that's happening.
What?
No.
Oh,
don't.
you mean with the art?
Yeah, don't be like,
with
hey, you should do that. You'd be like, you're doing great. Just go with that. No critique. And my 2 cents, I'm just saying.
But that's what
I've seen a lot of couples paint together.
With all beginners, though, I think that's kind of the thing is you just got to let people be on their journey.
Yep.
And that's
your journey, your canvas, your world, their canvas, their world. If he chooses to put a nuclear missile coming in at the cat's nose, it's all good. No, I've seen asteroids, I've seen T-Rexes eating things. Just whatever's happening, you just roll with it. Oh, wait, the hardest one when you're painting with your boyfriend is when you discover they were secretly a crazy skilled artist.
Oh, yeah.
I remember seeing that at the paint party places where the girl would come in and she got her boyfriend to come paint with her, and it turns out, he had all the art skills.
had all of them, and they were just pouring.
That's a couple journey too, right there.
So Robbie's like, "Where's your hat today?" Well, it's because
I'm showing off my hair, and also it's hot in Texas.
It is. It's hot today.
But honestly, you have to feel like I'm not saying that I should at all have a beauty channel. I'm just saying I got my whole head dyed.
Say hi to our little brushes, then tell us what we got for materials.
Hi, little brushes.
Okay, all right.
I'm so glad you guys are here today. So I have an 11 by 14 canvas board. This is pre-gessoed, ready to paint. It's got wishes on it. It's ready to go. You don't need to do another thing to it. Over here on my paint.
Look at that paint.
I have Naphtha red medium. Guess what? Any red you have will work. I have ultramarine blue, but any blue you have will work on this project, and you could just not do it and just do black and white. I have titanium white, and I'm going to use black gesso because it's inexpensive and a little more fluid, but this is essentially Mars black. Any black paint you have will work. I've got my nice beverage. I've got water. I've got my acrylic brushes for acrylic painting, which just means they're a little bit stiffer than other brushes. And I have you, which is the most important part of this. Otherwise, I would just be in my house talking to nobody, which would be scary. Hopefully, y'all just finished some finger painting and you're ready to use some brushes. Are we ready for the wishes?
Oh, my gosh. I think
so we have a wish forum on our website, TheArtSherpa.com. And people have wishes. And if you see wishes that are being thrown up on the chat, you can add those to your own canvases as well. Remember, we can all be light keepers. We can all make the world suck just a little less with our good intentions and our well-being. But for the wishes that I have on today's canvas, Veronica asked for safe journey for families. So we asked for safe journeys for all families. There is, and you know, this is not unique in our community. We have a lot of community members that are in process of getting service dogs. And Shannon is just wishing for a great service dog and a great relationship with her service dog. Chelly would like to breathe better. At the long and short of her wish is that she would like to breathe better. Sybil needs some strength because she's lost a family member, and she just needs some strength to get through that to keep her sense of humor. Little Brush Madison needs some healing. She had some after effects from recovery, and for any little brushes or big brushes going through surgery or out of surgery, just wish you healing in general. For the Oregon windstorm victims, they had a crazy windstorm in Oregon, which is not something that you traditionally think of, but they has them. I guess you do kind of like in books and stuff, but you just don't think in the modern context, and they had that. Andrea would like some healing energy for her mom. Her mom got some bad news, and she'd like some healing around her. Sonia healing for pain and recovery. PJ Hardest. This is close to my heart, PJ Hardest. She wished to have a YouTube channel that was successful.
Yeah.
PJ, go join the Creative Arts Collaboration on Facebook. It's a group for YouTube artists. I started it like you and me to talk to each other and go, this YouTube thing is crazy.
Yeah.
And I sent her the link directly because you got to fill out a form to join. And in general, wishes for Little Brushes healing and strength for Mary to be brave, and recoveries of moms in general. So that's our wishes for today. Do we feel good about those? Have we put some positivity in the universe? Yay, yay, yay,
And
yay,
I want to say thank you to all of our light keepers out there. And those are all the wonderful people in our community who capture the wishes from other community members and put them on their canvases so that love and wish can be carried forward. We really appreciate you guys.
Absolutely. All right, let's put out our paint.
Ooh, what do
We're going to put out our first three colors, which is a little ultramarine and white.
I should put the picture in there.
Can you put the picture in picture?
The book.
And then I'll move stuff if you took away my crystal energy.
Book.
It's okay. Put it back. We don't need it. So for this background, to get this streakiness,
Yep.
right, I'm going to just put out a bunch of white and a little ultramarine blue. You know what I did?
No.
I put away, remember I cleaned yesterday? I put away my glazing medium. It's on the cart over there.
It's okay. I'll go get it.
Thank you so much. I'm so sorry. I'm going to pull out a couple of my brushes. These are not expensive, guys. These are stiff white nylons. This is part of the Sweet Deals packs. We generally have links to them in the description. But these are just a nice wide flat brush. You can use what brushes you have. If you're doing it just black, white, and red, the exchange here would be to put out a little bit of black instead of the blue, but it would be all exactly the same. This stuff, if you've never seen it before, is acrylic glazing liquid gloss. It is the bomb diggity. It slows down the drying time on my paint and lets me glaze and lets me get a smoother glide. It does a bunch of stuff I like, and there isn't quite another product like it, which is why I always point it out specifically. If there were other products like it, I would point them out.
Yes.
All right, so I'm dragging off water.
Water.
And what I want to do is I don't want my brush to be sopping wet. If you have a bristle brush, if you found a house brush that has bristles, you're going to need to do the extra squeegee it off in a towel.
Right.
You might not know that, but now you do. So I'm just making sure. And I'm going to pull some nice white into it first. See what I'm doing? Get your white on there first. And then just a little bit, just a smidge of blue. See?
Yes.
How I just barely any. And I'm going to be just going up and down. It's going to be streaky and bluey. You could do phthalo blue. That would also be good. You could do cerulean blue. I'm going to get a little more blue this time. See? Some glaze. You could use water if you don't have glaze. Never, ever, ever let any of the mediums or materials or experiences of any of us YouTube teachers slow you down and make you feel like you can't do a project. There is always a way.
Could you use Prussian blue?
You could use Prussian blue.
Could you use...
Okay, I'm liking this game. Let's go.
I'm trying to think of what other blues I know.
Really redundant Prussian?
I don't know. There's,
Indigo?
Yeah, but that's
what about Yinmin blue?
Could you use Yinmin blue?
I could have done Yinmin blue here if I wanted to. I have a tube.
Yep.
I got to do something with my Yinmin blue. Just like it's so precious.
More Yinmin.
I need more Yinmin in my Min. Okay, I'm fine. I'm just in a good mood today. Hopefully you guys are too. I love long weekends with my kids.
Yeah.
which is what it is. Though I don't get one of my kids. She's with her grandmother this weekend.
Yes, it's true.
They're out adventuring.
Now, will an inexpensive nylon brush work for this background kind of stuff? Just
Yeah, you just want it to be stiff enough for acrylic paint.
Yeah.
And if your brush isn't stiff, then you're going to have to make the paint softer and flow better.
Right.
What is crazy on the camera I'm looking is it doesn't even look blue.
It is. It's very lightly blue.
I'm going to add a little blue because
Oh, no.
I'm feeling like, blue it up, man. Because it's just, I want you guys to know it's blue at home. See how I'm letting the streaks kind of create this sky? It's fun for me. And I'm taking the blue down like pretty far down the canvas. The cat's face is going to start here. You need to make sure that enough of it is painted that when your cat fur is peeking out, I'm just going to go ahead and do the whole thing because this is going to mess you up. And I don't want you guys to ever be messed up. I want you to have fun and paint and paint and paint. To everybody who went by Board Panda and upvoted the wisteria, thank you.
Oh, yes, thank you.
Thank you for upvoting my Q-tip wisteria.
Yeah. And you know what? There's so many blues coming in for help because I was like, I can't think of any blues. Then like
okay, let's shout out some blues.
Oh my gosh, they came with there was aquamarine and cobalt blue and light blue permanent and lots of cobalt blues.
Here's an
cerulean.
Yeah, I love me some cerulean.
Mm-hmm.
Cerulean is the color of the millennium. Did you know?
Yeah.
No, I don't agree with that. But Pantone is a scary company, so I'm going to leave it alone.
Well,
I'm not kidding. They're not in any way scary. They just design colors.
No. So was it cerulean the millennium color?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Because it was cerulean blue and falcon was what my color choices. So that
color choices.
So that I could have
I'm going
the
to put out
millennium
my
falcon.
red here.
Okay.
Little bit of my red. And I'm going to put out a little of my gesso. You could use soft-bodied paint too here as well.
Now what does glaze do?
The glazing medium?
Yeah.
This glaze, see, not all glaze does this. Most glazes allows you to make thin, fast-drying, transparent coats of color.
Mm-hmm.
Most retarders allow you to slow down the drying time of your paint, but they don't do the same thing. And if you use too much retarder, then your paint won't dry. But this lets you just glaze like that thin and still slow down the drying time of your paint. I love it.
Interesting.
I'm sure it was some artist at Golden was like, please help me. All right, I'm going to dry it.
Okay.
You can dry it?
Yes, everyone at home is going to dry it.
Where's my bubbles?
Well, the bubble machine isn't loaded today. I should go load it while you're doing that stuff. But you know what, guys? You come and join us on TheArtSherpa.com. I'm definitely wanted to mention this. We have chat out there. We have forums out there. You can upload your pictures. You can join us in all of the fun Sherpa games that we're playing. Find out about all the activities that we have going on. There's a little store out there where you can get T-shirts and mugs and all sorts of cool stuff like that. But really, it's the big thing that's great is that we have the chat going on out there, and you can meet up with us. And I really love to see all your pictures. I'm excited about all the little brushes that are with us today. Oh my gosh, there's so many! I can't wait to see all the kitty cats and the butterflies on the noses. And there was Little Brush Raven was saying that they were thinking about doing a cross-eyed cat looking at kitties. I think that looked really great. So. She's not turning out. I was going to turn her back up. So I'm really looking forward to that. And what else? What else do we have going on? We have. This is where I ran out of things to say because I don't have anything written down. I probably should have more to say, because this is like stuff I should have prepared, but I don't. So I'm now gonna. Oh, look, she's done. I'm rescued.
Out when I'm gone.
Yep.
It's so cute.
I just ran out. It's just, about 30, you run about 10 seconds too long there is all it is. So I think she does it on purpose.
I think it's because I have to look at a big screen of myself in HD. And that's a lot of reality. Messes with my inner fantasy so much. It's too much HD reality for one girl to take. All right. I'm going to sketch this in paint, guys.
In paint?
In paint. You are going to sketch this in chalk.
Now, why would you use chalk?
Because you can change your mind and erase it. I'm not going to use chalk because you can not really see it.
Yep.
See, like if I'm like, oh, hey, here's my nose and here's my cat. You'd be like, what did she just say? So I got to do mine in paint. You get to do yours in chalk. What's fun is this is live, so if I lose my mind in the middle of it, it will all be on video. So if you think that the canvas is in half, if you divide it mentally in half, come down a teeny tiny bit, and you're going to sketch with your chalk a nice little bump. Don't make it too pointy. You want to make it round. Think of, you know, like a small tangerine, right? And then we're going to make these soft arcs off. So what I did when I was creating this, because this is from, you know, there's some pretty popular internet memes that have butterflies on cats' noses. I think you can find like compilations and stuff at this point.
Yeah.
But what I really did was I actually didn't look that much at those. Like once I was like, oh, hey, I like this topic. I actually went and looked at some reference photos of macro photography.
Oh, yeah.
Of cats' noses. And I got so into that dotted structure that it sort of informed this piece. When I say informed, I mean it like helped me make a decision.
Yeah.
That's the fancy way artists like to say, and I made up my mind. Janine is laughing right now.
Well, Patrick was just asking, how were you inspired by this? So, well, there you go, Patrick.
That is totally what it was. I am a person who very much enjoys the internets. Right? I'm going to paint him in now. I'm going to use one of my very favorites. This is a number 8 bright. You can always tell what kind of brush you have, but the size is always going to be kept there. Generally, there'll be something about the maker on the brush. This is a bright, and this particular model of bright is called a black pearl.
Right.
So that's how you know what's going on your brush. I'm just saying, like, there was a time I was like, what is happening with these brushes? It's crazy. I'm taking a smidge, see? Smidge of my black over to my white, and I'm making a soft gray.
Right.
And this is going to be the base of my kitty.
The base of the kitty.
The base of the kitty must be cool thing.
We must build our kitty on a strong foundation.
Our kitty is, anyway, so I'm a child of the internet, and I like to go online, as John knows, and the reason I'm so excited to be on Board Panda is I'm on Board Panda. Not sponsored by Board Panda, guys. I don't know who I am or care. Anyways, and I like to follow all the compilations and memes and things like that. Especially if they're cute. Nothing unhappy, but the cute stuff
all
gets
the
me.
Cute kitty ones, yeah.
Yeah, all the cute kitty ones get me.
And
there's a cute koala one that generally has me. Anything that makes me feel better about my world.
Yeah, this is a very popular one with our little brushes. They're like very excited about this.
Don't blame you because it's super fun to do, guys.
Super exciting, yeah.
So your big trick here is going to be using small amounts of black. See how I'm like almost like I sneak up. I go, I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. Sneak. Get some.
Now, this is easy enough that anyone could try it, yeah?
Anybody can paint this. We have a traceable. If you're a person who's like, I would like to paint, but I really hate drawing, y'all. That's okay.
Yeah?
We got a traceable. You can transfer this image right on.
It's at TheArtSherpa.com.
ArtSherpa.com.
I'm just using our plug.
It's free. Don't worry about it.
It is. You go out there, and then we have links to all of this stuff.
We just want to know you better.
We want to see your pictures. I love seeing your pictures.
Squeak, squeak.
Just a little. Is that a smidge?
It's a smidge. This is the official way of how you get a smidge. Everybody go squink, squink, squink. Sorry.
and you also got a little white there.
And I get a little white. I don't have to sneak on the white as much. The white knows I'm coming. You know I'm coming. I'm gonna get you. Okay, man. I'm gonna get trolled from this. What am I doing?
Now you're letting it mix on the brush too, though.
I do. I let it mix on the brush. I'm dipping in water. So this is something you've never seen. I come in and the tip of my brushes, I just sort of put it in there. You can kind of see how the thing disperses out. It's not a lot of wet because if I get it too wet, then it messes with my acrylic paint. And if you're doing student paint, it messes with your paint a lot. So I just want him sort of, and look, I'm not even making him like a very nice, even, perfect gray. I just need him to be not white and not black. Because I need those two values to really talk about the rest of my kitty. And so to do that, I need to have a mid-tone. Painting is about layers.
Layers. Many layers.
And many cups of coffee.
Coffee. Oh, Kathy was just saying, she's like, what's in y'all's coffee? I want some.
Numminess. That's what's in my coffee.
I think that it's actually...
Silk Vanilla Soy. Also, not a sponsor. But they could be, couldn't they? We should tell... No, don't. It's okay. Everybody at Silk, I really just keep making my creamer and I'm cool. And then I have Starbucks creme brulee, I think, today.
Yeah. And I'm drinking tea.
K-Cup. John has been on tea.
Yep, wrong button.
All right. So I got to kind of put in my butterfly. And I'm going to let him dry while I'm putting in my butterfly. And again, I'm going to do this in paint. You guys should probably do this in chalk. Right? So one thing I know is that I'm going to want him to be above the nose. He needs to have room for his little leggles. So I'm going to make my little dot here. You do a dot with chalk.
Leggles.
Leggles. He needs his little butterfly leggles. And I'm going to make kind of an upward line. Right?
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to do a subtle little arc upwards. You guys can also just make a teardrop. These are things that you work on as you're going.
Now,
I'm
what
curve
brush are you
my
using
line
there?
around.
What brush are you using there?
Oh, this is really cool. This is a number 2 filbert.
Because I look like a different brush.
It is. It's a filbert.
No, this is just a rounded tip
So
brush.
filberts are like a flat that's been rounded out, and they are closer to a flat than a bright because the length out of the bristles is longer. You don't see acrylic artists use filberts as much as oil artists because most of the filberts are too soft. But since my paint here is gesso, it is soft, and I can use my filbert.
Ah. And it gives you those settled little...
Yeah. Artists used to actually wear their flats and brights down until they were rounded to make them this shape. And then some brush manufacturers took pity on them. I'm going to lengthen that out.
We can make it.
So see that kind of weird little shape there? It's a good weird little shape. It's a good weird little shape. Now I'm going to say I want his wing to be up this high. So you want at least 4 fingers, 3 fingers from the top. I want a nice big red wing. I'm going to curve this up. Just a nice curved line. Got a little excited in that line.
Yeah.
That's fine. He's going to have some big wings now. And I'm going to curve it back like to there. Yep. And then he's going to have his back wing, which is kind of curved in like this.
Uh-huh.
And then it's going to cover some of his little bottom. I actually looked at a butterfly. I don't remember exactly what little species of entomologist like this butterfly is, but what I can tell you is this butterfly is rare and more valuable than the cat. And if an entomologist ever saw a cat like this with a butterfly, would be freaking out. This is a very rare, beautiful butterfly. Yep. Now, it's going to have a wing, though, in perspective. It's going to peek out right here. So bring a little arc line up. Look at that. It wasn't actually that hard to draw on your butterfly, was it?
No.
No.
Now, let me ask you, if you didn't have a filbert, could you use a small bright?
You could use a small bright. You could use a detail round. I just grabbed this filbert because I was not thinking about it.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I will switch.
No, it's okay. They were just curious. They were just curious.
How about a number 4 bright?
Okay.
So you can see how they're a little bit different.
Yeah.
Different, but the same. What a day today, isn't it?
Yes.
I think what it is that there's good energy in the air, and we've needed some.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm pulling a little of my black into my red. Again, look what I'm going to go. Squeak, squeak, peek, choop. Not much, is it?
No.
See how little? Because if you brought it back over, you would just make a reddish black. And you want a red that's almost a burgundy.
No.
And I'm going to paint in the first layer. The first layer. You could use cad red medium here. Like, you would just use whatever red you have. It just doesn't matter. Whatever red you have.
Now, there's a question about painting the edges of canvases and canvas boards.
Sure. Well, canvas board, don't worry about it.
Why not?
Well, because, look, it's like real thin.
And you're
going to frame this. So
Right.
it doesn't need any. And even if you're not going to frame it, no one expects you to paint the edges of a canvas board. But if you're painting a canvas, you can paint around the edges. That's most canvases are stapled on the back now in the gallery wrap style, so that's possible for you to do. And then you can hang without framing. Though really gallery wrapping is for that thick stretcher.
And so as I've read,
I've just painted it all in that dark red, and the black lines are blending into it. Woohoo!
If you know you're going to frame your piece, you may consider not painting the edges.
Yeah.
Because then acrylic paint tends to stick to things.
things.
So if you paint the edges, it will probably stick to the frame. So if you're going to frame it, you don't need to paint the edges. But if you're not going to frame it, if you're not going to frame it, then go ahead and paint them.
And if you have painted the edges and then you frame it, don't worry about it.
Yeah, they no one's going to see it anyway. So if it sticks and,
So see, I'm just painting this in.
Yeah.
I'm just painting it in with that dark red. Go squeak, squeak. Psh,
like Zorak.
Now everyone is going to be going squeak, squeak, psh, all over. Somebody's going to be in some like art class somewhere and go squeak, 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 and somebody's going to go, you watch the Sherpa. Because nobody else would do that. But if you did the finger painting, that's an authentic thing I have going on. Sound effects absolutely help art.
Yeah.
So I'm just making sure I'm covering the canvas with this dark burgundy. And that's going to help me later when I'm painting in the redness. It's going to help my red seem very brightly red.
Yes. Even though right now it's kind of a very muted.
Yes.
You need the layers.
You need layers. Layers. Everything in acrylic painting is about layers. But I love acrylic paint. I think it's awesome. I think this is an awesome medium, and I love sharing how to use it with people. So that works for me. I'm going to let that rest and dry for a minute.
Yeah?
And I'm going to let's get something easy. A small round. I'm going to get a small round. This is maybe a little big, but I'm going to use it anyways, and we'll see how it goes.
Oh,
all right, so what I have here is a number 4 round.
Okay. Number 4 round. I have to see.
I'm going to get it a little bit wet, and I'm going to get my black gesso on here. And I'm going to come on the outside of my nose.
You're going to do some lining?
I'm going to do this little black line right here. Just right on the tip of the brush. This is, the reason, even though this is this big and I can do this, is a Bristlon, so it holds this really fine tip.
And Bristlon that's just that company.
That'd be like saying, so Toyota has a bunch of cars and then there's a Camry.
Ah, so that's one of the...
Not that this is really Camry. What's a good Toyota car?
I don't know.
All right, I'm going to do this in black. You guys absolutely probably want to do it in chalk.
So
I'm going to come down the midway point, and I'm going to put in this part of...
A little smile.
Yeah, of it. It's pretty scary to do this in black paint. You ever get scared when you're painting?
No, I don't paint so much, so no, not really. Although, I did paint the dashboard of my truck with your paint.
You did?
That
You asked me
cool.
so many questions.
Now, I noticed that you got kind of wobbly there on the right-hand side.
Yeah, I wasn't in a good position with my canvas, and so that really played against me.
Can you just rotate the canvas?
I could have, and that would have been so smart.
Well, I've seen you do it before a couple times.
It would have been a smart deal. So I'm going to bring down a little line here and bring down a little line here. And I'm going to want to come down to the little point that you have. Join the lines up and meet the mouth. That's all I got to do. That's all I got to do. Maybe paint that a little bit black right there. Bring it down. And then right here at this part of the mouth, I like to kind of triangulate out a little bit and triangulate out a little bit. Again, really observing. Might widen this line out a titch, and I'll trim it with the hair. So this is how I'm going to correct for that being too narrow. So that's all I'm going to do there. And then I'm going to make the nostrils. To me, the nostrils are really fun. So the cat's nostrils come in, and they have this like little teardrop shape. This is true of dogs too.
Mm-hmm.
And then they join here. And so you can just paint that in and really see those.
Now, I've never seen a dog's whiskers kind of do this kind of,
No,
thing.
that's unique to the cat. There's some similarities in construction of the cats and the dogs, but the whisker thing is what... And we're going to get a very fine brush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really kind of the big difference there between a dog and a cat would be that shape of that whisker, huh?
Try to make sure that these are lined up. But, cat's not judging himself. He's like, I don't need no plastic surgery, so... Just paint that in. Look at that. That's fun. And then a line straight up the middle.
Now, that's another good question. So if you paint the edges of your canvas, should you varnish them?
If you painted them, you should varnish them.
Okay.
That would be good. I'm going to get a small bright. Where did I put my small bright?
I don't know. I did not touch it.
Oh, cool. I've got the one with the right. I'm going to come here. And again, just a little of the black over to my red. Right? And this time I'm going to add a little white to it. So it's sort of grayed out, but in that pink range. See?
Yeah.
Okay. And then I'm going to make the tongue. Which again, if you're not feeling comfortable freehanding it, chalk it in. And I like to create a little energy and curl about the tongue. So it's just a little turn up, wider at the base, a little bit tipped and turned at the top. Tipped and turned. I do a lot of my sketching in paint so you guys can really see it. Because sometimes if the values are light and I do it in white, then everyone's like, I didn't see nothing. It was a mystery. And we don't really want a tutorial to be a mystery. So one of the things I'm going to try to avoid is the tip of my tongue being just a little too narrow.
Uh-huh.
So I'm going to widen it out a bit. That's what I don't. I don't want my tongue to be too narrow because then it's going to be like lizard cat. I don't want a lizard cat. I want a kitty cat with a big giant nose.
Ooh.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people. There's some people asking if they could see a difference between. They'd like to see you doing a dog version of this too.
Yeah.
Because see the difference between dogs and cats.
Oh, I would totally do that because there'd be a difference on the snout.
Yeah.
I think I've protruded the nose a bit, but that's okay. Don't worry about the little stuff. Is it fun? So I'm taking a little bit of my black and gray. I happen to be using my filbert. You could use like a number 2 bright. And I'm going to just paint. Nope, darker than that. I want a darker gray inside the nose than is on the body. This is a good time to clean up any of your lines that you didn't like.
Oh. So if like you wanted to make the nostril smaller or shape it differently?
Yeah, this is a great time. This is what I love about acrylic painting. If this paint is dry, then I can do anything I want with the paint going on it to correct it.
Nice. Now, earlier on, you were talking about this is pretty good for beginners.
Yes.
Now, we have a hoot scale of 1.
This is a 1 hoot.
On a scale of 1 to 3 hoots.
This is totally a 1 hooter.
1 being the easiest, 3 being the hardest. This would be a easy one, huh?
Yeah. I really believe beginners come in 3 stages.
3 stages of beginners.
Yes.
Okay.
And there's I haven't touched any paint since, a long time ago. I can't remember any of it stage.
What if you've never touched paint?
Never touched paint.
That same stage?
Yeah, that's for 1 hoot. That's
Okay.
like, hey, I need you to tell me how to what that brush is, how to put paint on that brush, that kind of stuff. And then 3 hoot is, I'm not ready to go solo, but I have some confident skills. I'm kind of ready to take on some challenges and learn more skills. 2 hoot is between those 2 spaces.
Gotcha. So.
There we go. Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
The nose.
I love it. I love it. I'm going to put some furry fur on. Furry fur. I'm trying to decide what I want to do on furry fur.
Now, I'm going to actually, because there's a lot of folks that are new and joining us. If you're on that art journey and you want to learn more about it, we have some tools for you. You guys can go out to our website and go to theartsherpa.com/BAQ.
Yep.
And that's for Big Art Quest. And we have a whole curated journey of adventures and videos that just will help you right along your journey there if you're wanting there. So
it's so true. I'm grabbing a number 2 bright, just a small little bright, loading the bead up on the end of the brush here. See where my paint is?
I see it.
And I'm going to make
What are you doing there?
little dashes to be the fur. I want the gray to show underneath. I'm also kind of working the corner of my brush. And I'm going to take this to maybe about here. So this is a tuxedo cat. Why is it a tuxedo cat? Because I like them the best. They're the ultimate of all internet cats. Any cat meme that begins with a tuxedo cat will be a superior cat meme. John's heard my cat meme stories before. I actually, at night, will watch cat compilation videos with the kids. What have all the cats done? That's mommy minutes right there. Cat videos. Simon's cat, also a big fan of Simon's cat. Everybody who loves Simon's cat, thumb up this video.
Yes,
That's
if you love other internet stars, thumb us up too.
That's right. No, I love Simon's cat.
Because we like them. We do. Kids especially are like, they're watching.
I do.
Although I have to agree with, there's some comedians out there that are like, cats are less than friendly,
They're lovey.
They.
You're just allergic. You don't even know.
Yeah.
John is allergic to cats, so he doesn't get it. Because he sees them, and then they see him, and of course, cats are smart.
And they want to come see me.
So they're like, "Oh, you have allergies, human."
They know.
Let me dander you.
They're like, come over here and rub on your leg and see how cute I am.
They're helping you work on your immune system because cats want you to be strong. They don't want you to be weak. I love cats.
But I have a Twix now.
Yes, and we love Twix. We'll have to show Twix.
Twix is
Because
awesome.
everyone's been asking to see how big Twix is.
She's
Not much bigger.
She's under my feet all the time.
Yeah. Or mine. She loves me too.
Yeah. Well, I'm broadcasting right now, so she's over here.
If she's not chewing on the camera stand.
So now you're just putting these little dashes
These little
in.
dashes. Look at me just going. I'm just going dash, dash, dash,
Why
dash,
are you
dash,
doing
dash,
them in
dash,
different
dash.
directions?
I'm trying to be fur-like. I am following sort of the shape. I'm not like going like, that.
Okay.
I'm following the shapes that I have, and I'm the fur that is in front of it. So if I have fur here, thank you, this is a really good question, then I'm going to want to put the fur next to it to follow the flow of the fur. Oh. Follow the flow of the fur. Follow the flow of the fur. Follow the flow of the fur.
Now, if you're using craft paint and it's kind of translucent.
That is going to be your challenge. One of the things that I do suggest sometimes is that people upgrade their paint. But not all their paint, their white paint. Because white is one of those things that when you are painting student paints, sometimes the white just doesn't have good coverage and you may need to do 2 coats. Or you just accept that the white is going to be a little more transparent. It's not like it's, the art police are coming to the house. I'm not sending them. But that is a normal thing and don't feel worried about that.
Yeah.
So just here at the chin, look, I'm following the flow of the fur. Follow the flow of the fur. I need to make a new fur quest. Follow the flow of the fur. Follow the flow of the fur. Oh, now it's all day. John knows what he's listening to all day.
We're going to be making more videos, I have a feeling.
While this is all drying, I'm going to come get my red. And I'm going to get some red and white. All right, so just some of this here, and I want it to be very, very pink. See how pink? Pinky, pink, pink. So it'll really pop against the gray background.
Could you use a rake brush for putting the fur in?
You could use a rake brush.
I don't know what a rake
if
brush
you would like
is.
to use a rake brush. The thing about the rake brush is it doesn't let you control each individual fur stroke. But if you're very familiar with the tool and you know how to very successfully get your strokes out of it, I say go for it. Don't ever let people feel weird about the tools you like to use.
I don't think we even have one of those, do we?
We do. We do. But I can't show it on the show. If I taped it up, I could show it.
So
I have combs, though, and grass
combs.
combs and stuff like that.
Yeah, we have other ones.
And, of course, there is a fan brush.
There's a fan brush.
You can fan brush it. But it's really actually, I would just call to action you to say, hey, go for it.
Mm-hmm.
So, see, this isn't a completely light pink. And I'm not worried about taking out all the gray. Now this has got some nice depth to it, doesn't it?
Yeah. Now, if you wanted to have a flat
got
black...
to over painting there, I think is what happened.
Oh, did you?
I did. I was like, talking. All right, I'm going to get some black and fur and the rest of my fur while that's drying.
Now, if you wanted a flat black, what would you suggest?
I really like Mars Black as a flat black. It doesn't dry shiny, and it has a high pigment load. We have a quest on black paints, and we talk a lot about the different black paints.
Oh, yeah, the big art quest thing I plugged earlier.
Yep, that big art questy thing.
Hint. You should really go check it out. It's pretty cool.
So I'm following the flow in the fur. This is the little fur under the little chin here. And I'm just enjoying that. I also like to bring some fur up into the white fur. That's okay. You know what I mean? You could be like, oh, some came up here. You know, just enjoy growing fur on your kitty cat. Enjoy it. Right? Just having a nice time, relaxing, and furring him up.
Now, there's an interesting question. When using additives, I guess this applies to all of it. If you were to use, like, say, a cheap matte additive to a really expensive paint.
Well, it brings down the quality of your expensive paint, but it's not going to really hurt you if it's made for acrylic paint.
Gotcha. So just keep in mind your chemistry is bound by its weakest link.
Your chemistry is bound by its weakest link is a really good way of looking at it. All right, I'm going to do the black out here. So I'm going to make some nice little furry bits that are coming out, see? And I'm going to kind of curve those lines. I don't want to make neat rows like this, like railroad tracks. I do want to be a little expressive. So what I tend to do is, even though I'm following the flow of the fur, I'm trying to imagine that there's wind in the fur.
Yep. I'm bad.
Because this is outside.
That good.
This is a kitty having an adventure outside. They do. That happens.
That's true. They adventure.
So I am following the flow, but I'm also blowing that fur. This is a fun thing you can practice to get better at fur.
Now, if you're a little brush, you should definitely be adding wind sound effects.
You're big. Any
As
brush
you put
should
the
be
brush.
adding.
It does help with the emotional flow of the stroke.
It really does.
And
just enjoy your painting.
Now you're making little. You're still doing those curvy kind of strokes there.
Yeah, I do curve the stroke. So I follow it with the stroke before, and then sometimes I'll curve it back out. And I'm just doesn't that make it look like there's a little fur there?
And it kind of makes them. So you're intentionally kind of making them follow each other and cut back and.
Yeah, the wind blows through them, and they wander, wander. He's just been to the groomer. So it's super fluffy. And I'm not trying to paint out the gray. The gray is an important part of my painting.
Yeah.
I'm going to come here. Little fur. Oh, look at that. I like those. Sometimes you'll get a line that you're just like, oh, I love that passage. I love that bit of the painting. Whenever you hear an artist say passage, what they're saying is like, this little bit right here was a really good idea. I think I'll keep that and use that somewhere else later for other purposes. And actually that will happen now. Is we're hoarders of skills, us artists.
Yeah.
Keep the things you love in a painting. Never, 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 if you're feeling frustrated about your painting, don't give up, quit, like throw it away just over it. Finish, get through, and do it again. You're going to find that if you do that, you'll keep the skills you liked and start working through the ones that you were not loving. So it's important as an artist not to see where you're messing up, but if you have a brilliant moment, pay attention to that.
Yeah.
The other moments will go away in time, but keeping the good moments, that's a big deal for you as an artist, because that's how you start to become your own person. Creatively. I feel like you're like, you don't need any more coffee, but I feel like I do. We're going to have to let him all dry, because when I get the whiskers in here, it's going to be a whole thing. And let me just say right now, yes, it is okay on this painting for sure to use a paint pen.
Yeah?
Yeah. Now I'm going to grab just the red. And right here, yeah, it's dry. I'm going to put a red line right up the center. Right? Just red line. Right up the center. And then I'm going to shade a little of this dark red to the back of the tongue here. See, like that? It's going to kind of triangulate down. Lower here, bring it on up. Shading a little of this bright pure pigment. And then I'm going to come around the tongue at the tip here, on the edge of my brush, and just pull this red down. Curve around, pull it down. What you're trying to do is create values in the tongue, and a little bit down the outside where it's sort of like pink and soft right here. See that?
Yeah.
You can even get a little more white on your brush if you want and make a really, really light pink. Really, really, really light. And just right here, add that if you want. Just dry brushing that in. See, we're just creating that shape of that tongue. The tongue will really happen when we do the reflection. That's where the tongue really will come in. Uh-oh. Did I just do that?
What'd
Look
you
at
do?
that. I rested my hand on my canvas. Because I do that.
You should dry it.
What I need to do is show y'all how to make a bridge and then start using one. All right, so while this is drying, guess what I get to paint on now?
What's
That
that?
I get to paint on. I'm so excited I get to paint on it.
What's that?
I get to paint the red on my butterfly.
Ah. Now,
So I'm going to grab some just red, and I'm
gonna
going to
go
come, and I'm going to, in the center of the wing, I don't have to have the edge black yet, but I'm going to add dry brushed, which means there's not a lot of water on my brush. And so the paint is skipping over the canvas a little bit, letting some of that burgundy show underneath. I'm going to take this to the tip, but I'm not going to worry about it getting all the way in there. And I'm going to come on the outside here as well.
now, Alex was asking here, could you paint the tongue in after you did the fur?
Yeah.
Would it be okay to swap that order if you decided
If
wanted
you
to?
felt like it, swap any order of anything. I'm making myself happy, my canvas, my world, and I give you some order ideas, but there really is not one way to fur your cat.
Oh.
See what I did there? Yeah. Unlike DeFranco, I do like puns. I like them a lot. So we have this sort of dry brushed in. Now, the outer wing, I'm going to add a little smidge of black to the red, again for the second coat, because I want it to be in shadow. I want it to be darker than the wing next to it a little bit. Right? So a little bit of that black in that red. So that stays in shadow. Now I get to get my black. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm making that. Remember how I talked about if you had too much black, it'd be a reddish black?
I do.
I'm going to make a reddish black.
Oh.
And I'm going to blend this up the wing.
Now, as soon as you're done with that, we're gonna do a little celebration.
Are we?
Yeah, because we have such good crowd here today.
I will celebrate with this crowd.
They are ready for you to
I'm ready. I'm going to
shake
need
your
a sip
Sherpa.
anyways.
You ready? Oh my gosh! So
Born
do you
ready.
know? Do you know?
Born ready.
We are super double Sherpa.
Super double Sherpa. Psh, psh, world
did-
got better today thanks to your art.
Yeah. Because
social media, I mean, honest, aren't all your social media feeds just a little bit better since you started posting art? They're just like a little bit more colorful and less annoying.
Yeah. We've got over 300 likes. We've got 400 people here in the room, and everybody is just loving having a good time painting along and hanging out with us. So I'm going to turn the music up just a little bit. Thank you guys for coming and being with us. It's been pretty fantastic, and I just want to say thank you. And if you're at home and you can't get up and dance with us, don't forget to wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes, right? Because that's how we remind our bodies to be alive. So that's my stuff. That's what I wanted to say. Thank you, guys.
For those of you, actually, I've been wanting to show everybody something.
What do you want to show
We're
them?
going to start doing this. A lot of you guys were talking about having hand pain.
Yeah.
And there is something that I do for that.
Oh, what is it?
So here it is. I take my thumb
Uh-huh.
and I run it along each finger.
Uh-huh.
And then I open my hands.
Oh.
And I do this a lot.
Yeah.
And this is how I keep my hands from feeling like overly cramped up. So if you're putting too much tension into your hand, which you're probably doing if you're cramping, but there's a lot of other reasons why you might be in pain. This is what I'm always doing.
Mm-hmm.
And it occurred to me, I never showed anybody.
Yep. Now, can you show them your awesome mug? They were like, "What is that mug you have?"
This is a painting you can do, guys.
And you
This
rotate
is
that
Red
around.
Riding Hood.
Rotate
In the
that
woods.
around so they can see it. They want to see it. They just turn it, spin 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 it. See, it's so cool. So. Thank you for Lisa, the Flame Gremlin, who coordinates our shop. She does an awesome job, and you can find that.
She really does, man.
Yeah,
I'm
you can
going
find
to keep shadowing my wings.
out at shop.theartsherpa.com. Our
Shadow
plug.
your wings, people. So I'm going to
back to
I
our
like to create these
action.
blended shadows. Right? That's really fun for me. I'm going to rinse out my brush. Another thing you can put into your wing for drama, because we want drama in our what?
In our music?
In our...
No.
I'm going to
no.
just add a smidge. It's just a smidge of white to my red. You don't want it to go pink.
Okay.
And right here, I'm going to add like just this. See this? Just this little bit of highlight at the top of this. Can you catch it? Can you see it?
I see it.
All right, I'm being fussy. I know. And
I
then
see
the front of the wing here too.
Oh, it's so highlighty.
Just a little bit because butterfly wings are see-through. They let light through.
Mm-hmm.
And they have these cute little furry bits that don't. I don't know. I dig them. I dig them, John.
I know. I've been here a minute.
You've been here a minute? Been married to me for a sec? I'm going to take my Just Pure Black and I'm going to come around. And now I'm going to put that big drama on my wing. You ready for big drama?
Yeah.
Big drama on my... Whoa, I got too much black there. I'm gonna
Oh,
ignore
I
that for a
told you
second.
there's some big drama coming.
Big drama. Made too much drama. Too much drama. See, just feathering the wing here.
Ah.
Coming along. And a little bit down the front here. And I'm going to, right here, even a little bit, feather just some of that black right into that. Because it makes me happy. And then I'm going to take a dot. This is all, like, even when you're making up butterflies, there's just certain things that you've got to include in there. Dot patterns are a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Because they do these so birds don't eat them.
Ah, it's like, I'm a scary, poisonous thing.
This one actually is. This one is not false advertising. Don't eat this butterfly cat. It's not going to go well. Somebody pointed that out to me, and I was like, okay, well, he's just playing.
I think other beetles and things mimic this one, and you're like, ooh, I'm going to be like that guy.
If you haven't seen the Simon's Cat animation series yet, right after you watch me, you got to go watch it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know him, but I would like freak out if I knew him. And because I just, not since Penelope's horse cartoons and Far Side, there's just a bunch, he just has replaced a whole bunch of emotional need in my life.
Yeah.
I'm not stalking or nothing. He's safe. If you're a fan, like, I'm a little worried. Don't be worried. It's okay. I'm just feathering up a little black here. See the feather?
You're just kind of fading it in.
Fading that in. And guess what I got to do next? I got to go dot.
Oh, dots.
Dot.
I guessed wrong.
Maybe a smaller dot. See that smaller dot?
I do.
That's cleverness right there. A little bigger dot. I'm going to make a teardrop dot right here.
Oh,
See
wow.
that?
That's big.
And then I'm going to feather right here. Feather, 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 feather. Up the front. And then more feathering right here. And then another matching but dark dot right there. Oh, it's genius.
Yes.
If your little guy needs another coat of black to be very black, black as night, then, yeah, you know, let that happen. Depends on your paint. Guess what I get to do now?
Put legs on?
Well, yes, I do get to put legs on, but I also get to, I'm going
I guess
to, yeah,
wrong
probably
again.
legs are a good idea.
I guess.
Actually, I could dry him
You could.
real quick, because then I can do everything else,
I guess wrong like many ways.
right?
See, now I'm going to be left alone here. So that's what I get punished for not knowing what was next. So, I mean, I think I already told you guys all this stuff. You know, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. You guys know that stuff, right? I have but 2 buttons. I have TheArtSherpa.com, and look, I have this other one that I can go Big Art Quest. I have other ones, but it takes longer for me to load the artwork up into the queue, so it's just kind of harder to get all that up in there. But, you know, come by and share your artwork on the TheArtSherpa.com. It is where we hang out like all the time and chat. Do like meeting all of our people out there, hanging out. It's really cool. And there she is. She's all done.
Am I all done?
I don't know. Are you done?
I am. I'm going to get my very favorite, where did it go? Monogramming brush.
Oh.
Oh. So what you're looking for whenever you're doing fine lines, details, twigs, grasses, is you need to have a few detail brushes, right? Brushes that are small, that have tiny points, that come to really precision edges. Look at this thing.
Oh, yeah.
They don't have to necessarily be expensive, and the care of these is real important because they wear out quickly. I'm going to get some black on just the tip of my brush, and I'm going to do some veining in my wings. So I made a little Y there, and maybe I'll make a nice little, just not a lot here, just a little bit to show that it's happening. This butterfly has circulation. Now this one, this vein, I'm going to come and I'm going to make almost like a little curve and back, like the cells of the wing.
Oh.
I'm going to make another little implied cell. This isn't a lot, is it? Just a little bit. I just think it helps, and so I put it in. I'm going to make little delicate antennae. So this is a #1 monogram liner. I like to sign with this, and I like to do very precision lines with this. I didn't do the original with this thing, and I got crazy lines, and I just thought, why am I going to aggravate myself again? So here's my trick. I'm going to plant my hand. I'm going to use my wrist as a fulcrum, lightening my brush. Oh, look at that. That's sharp, man. That's what I meant to do. And I'm gonna take the other one and we're gonna compare it because I'm telling you what, these lines are better. All right, so I'm gonna come here, very light. And I'm not saying that you can't do great art with any tool, because you can, because the art is in you. I'm just saying sometimes the tool makes a difference. Little delicate, little backward bent, little bits, and then a little forward knee and come here, another little forward knee, and oh, look how light. And then the front legs are going to come out, have a little joint, a little knee, come down, and like a little footy thing.
Oh.
See that? I'm not pun. I think it's fine.
I think that's really cool.
Now, whiskers make me crazy. Anybody else?
I don't know.
Yeah, I bet a lot of you just went, oh, they make me crazy. If you love your piece here and you're like, oh, I just don't want to do them, don't do them. If you want to do them in Sharpie, do them. However, you got to get through. The only thing about if you do pens or markers is they're going to be weirdly greeny, sheeny, and they're going to show as pen. So I'm going to plant my drop. I'm going to arc my line. It's still hard, but that's okay. I got this. I got it. I know I want this one to be longer. These are just hard. I'm going to plant it down lower. Oh, yay. Okay. Very tense for me, y'all.
Yeah.
This one needs, now I need a balance. I'll put it between there. I got to start getting into here. Into my white. These are hard. These little lines. I'm going to even cross a line here just to be just tricky. Oh, look, it did the catch. I'm going to let it go because it just is what it is. But
sometimes those just happen.
Yeah, and it's okay. It is. I'm going to come back down. Whenever you see a pinstriper working in a car shop, just send that guy light and love because what they do, super hard.
Super hard.
I'm going to just extend this line till it almost touches the wing. So at least we're getting some whiskers and some structure in it. All right, and I'm going to balance out that gap there. Rinse out, because if your brush gets gummy, you got no chance.
Ah.
Now.
So how did you do that? Oh, you do it like that.
Because I only got one strong curve. I might even put out my paint a little bit fresh, because the fresher the paint is, the better it'll flow off the brush.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to load it up. And I'm going to... Probably this side will even be better. Oh, look, I smudgy there. I'll fix that.
Oh, no.
Well, you can see I do that.
Did you need to dry it?
I did dry it. I don't know where it got me. I can fix it easily, so
Okay.
I'm going to just not stress on it.
You're just going to do it.
Okay. Stressful for me too. Is it stressful for you? Come on. I want to create some curves where he's a little bit hugged, and that's one of my favorite things about this. Come on, buddy. Hang in with me. You can do it. All right. So we got some whiskers.
Oh, yeah.
That are cat-like. I'm going to balance out because I had some here. I'm going to put a little bit out that far. There we go. And that's just about what I've got going on in my wrist. I'm going to fix my bubby. I have boo-boo. I'm going to find my cleanest water or get new clean water. Get some white paint and a little blue and mix the background color again. And come right here and do a little painting surgery. Not even stress on it. All right, all I got to do left is my white reflections, and then I'm in my dots.
Yeah,
and
with
I'm
the dots
good.
and nose.
And so I'm going to get just a bit of this paint on the tip of my brush.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to come here at the tongue and make little juicy reflections.
Don't you got to put the white dots on the
I do.
on the guy.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
So many white dots.
So many white dots.
Just come there. Another place I could put a little white reflection if I'm just trying to make it. I could even make look at that. So I'm just trying to make it look wet. I've got some white dots to put here,
Oh, yeah.
here. Just trying to keep them not be like round dots either. I want them to feel like natural spaces. Three right here. Why? Because the thing had it. Zig, zig, zig. I'm sure it has a very smart zig, zig, zig. Zig, zig, zig. All right. Now I'm going to take a little of my gel, because I don't know where my fluid medium is, and a palette knife. Do I have one of those? I gotta have a plastic one.
I don't know. How would I know?
Fluid up my white paint a little bit with my gel. Here, with my medium. You can get fluid paint. You can thin your paint with water. You just need it to be a little more dotty. A little softer body like your black.
Okay.
Wipe that off. Find my dotting tool. You can use the back of a brush.
Yeah?
Yep.
That'll work, okay?
Yep. Perfect. And I'm going to go dot, dot, dot.
Ah.
I don't go too many dots because I want some dots to be bigger.
And this tool just gives you a lot of control over dots and dot size.
It does, man. I just like this tool. But you, again, use the back of a brush. Mixing that, make sure that's as fluid as it can be. Normally I put out a soft body paint.
Mm.
I forgot it today. And that might happen to you. And so here's how you work it out. Look at that. If you have craft paint in the house that's white, grab it now. Because that is an inexpensive solution to soft body.
So you're just using white paint here.
I'm just using the white paint I have. And making these little nose structures. Because they make me happy.
I like them.
It's fun to do. We're literally almost done.
I know, I see. You just got to put some dots in there.
We were a little goofy today. I know some days are like that.
Yeah.
You got to have a... It's probably the hair dye went to my head.
What's my excuse?
You married me.
I
Stuff
know.
has happened to you since we made that decision.
There's just...
We're crazy people.
You know.
I'm not even lying to y'all. We crazy people.
But we like it here.
We like it here. On YouTube.
On the tubes.
On the YouTube. In spite of all the YouTube drama.
Yep. Yep. We put it on the canvas, not on our YouTube.
Not on our YouTube. You're in our groups, you may have noticed that. Just dot till you're just happy.
Just keep dotting it.
Keep dotting, just keep dotting, 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 just keep dotting. Woo!
You be all dotty.
Be as dotty as you need to be. Dotty Jen's like, ah. So just have fun with this. I'm just filling in the space with dots till I'm getting a texture and a feeling that I'm liking. Right? And that's really what you're doing, is you're just going to put dots in until you get a feeling that you're liking.
Yeah.
Can you do him in tons of colors? Yes, you can. Can you change up the butterfly and make a butterfly that's meaningful to you? Because so many of us have meaningful butterflies. Yes, you can. This is your canvas. It's your world. Yeah. I'm going to guide you through some stuff, some bear trappy traps, but mostly... This is your space, so have fun with it. Let's sign it, speaking of.
Sign that.
I'm going to take the ultimate signature brush. I'm going to sign it. This is not going to make my signature like somehow infinitely cool. That was up to me, and I apparently elected a long time ago to just not be bothered with it. But I'm going to come right here, and I'm going to just put my signature on. So many of us are making these. How will they know that I made this one? Because you guys are so good.
They make some really nice ones. We have a lot of little brushes that are going to be doing them. There's going to be so many
I cannot
kitties.
wait to see all your butterflies.
And please, please, please share them with us. Right?
No freaking out over your whiskers. You saw it's the thing.
Yeah.
Guys, just don't even be worried about it.
So
don't even be worried.
where can they share us?
You can share this, of course, on our website, TheArtSherpa.com. Our Facebook groups, our Facebook fan page, our Twitter, our Instagram, our Pinterest.
Mm-hmm.
We are everywhere.
Everywhere.
Someone shared Onboard Panda.
Ooh.
Yeah. Somebody put up a whole blog post about all the paintings they've done with me.
Well, thank you, guys.
So, wherever you want to share, I'm looking for you. #ArtSherpa. I'm looking.
Yeah.
Be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. I want to see you at the easel really soon. Like, really, really soon. Like, be watching the channel. Stuff is afoot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, go do some finger painting since you got your paint out. Bye-bye.